Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at how the physical Piccolo and Goku unit does in the Gods of Destruction event. So obviously the physical Goku and Piccolo unit, they're pretty solid, they're a pretty exciting unit I would say, and they're really strong. They do start with attack and defense, they gain an additional 200% defense when they are above 50% HP. They have guard effective against all types. That's not too important in the Gods of Destruction event, as most of the time you should be running a all mono type team, but they do provide a whole bunch of numerous attack bonuses depending on their key, and just overall they look like a very solid unit. We're using a Battle of the Wits team here to obviously give us the best advantage because I don't have them, so I'm using them as a friend lead. And yeah, just overall they're pretty solid. I wouldn't say they are a unit that's exceptional in this event, but I think they are really good. The main thing about them that's a little bit kind of wonky in this event, I would say, is their lack of pretty decent pairing partners is probably one of their issues for their physical Battle of the Wits team, and also their only other real issue that they have really is just the fact that God of Destruction events are kind of in that awkward space between where Goku's good and where Piccolo's good. Yeah, Goku and Piccolo are really good for the first 5 turns because they have guard and they have all of those powerful abilities, that additional defense, that additional attack as well, and that makes them generally quite strong. You can see here 171k, really good. They're going to greatly raise on their 18 key as well. They'll do some decent damage because they have that big attack boost for the first 5 turns. And yeah, just overall they got a lot of decent options. The issues are going to be after these 5 turns where they kind of drop off. Then you need to switch into Piccolo. Problem when you switch into Piccolo is that he's slightly worse off defensively. But overall they're fine. Overall I think they're a really solid unit. Right now they're probably one of my top units on global, just in terms of overall ability. I think they're really strong, and I think they really bring a lot of good work to the table. So I really like these guys. I like what they bring. I like, you know, all the different abilities that you get with them, and yeah, just overall I think they're really solid. This is a 55% unit, so for 55% they do really well. If you have dupes in them, they're going to really start to shine in this event. They are a really strong unit. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're bad. I just think that the pacing of a God of Destruction event isn't one that suits them perfectly. But that's talking about a 55% unit. You know, a unit with a dupe is going to be having a much higher rate of success overall. Like, just going to be absolutely, like, far stronger just overall because of that additional defense, that additional attack, just everything, essentially that comes to it. So yeah, they're looking really solid in terms of link partners on this team. Not too many. We're going to be linking them up with Piccolo, I believe, who's a decent linking partner, but yeah, just overall they don't have like the craziest linking partner on a physical team, but they've got one that's decent enough that it'll get the job done. Remember, you only really need to get shocking speed active for them to be, like a good unit, because the rest of their key basically comes from their kit. So you really only need to kind of have that shocking speed active, then you'll be able to kind of have Goku and Piccolo be super duper awesome. So yeah, but overall, I mean, they're doing great. They're doing more than fine. Obviously they're still fine defensively here in this situation. You can kind of see that 171k, so they're more than fine. What we're going to do here is we're just going to let them kind of ride it out. We're going to just see how it goes, and we should be able to get a good view of how well they're going to tank up here. They haven't been attacked, so one nice thing about them is that if you attack them before they attack as the first attacker in the turn, they have additional super attacks. So that is something that's also really good about them, that ability to do additional supers. They're a frontline unit, so generally speaking they're going to be in that first slot taking damage, just overall they're pretty solid. Honestly speaking, I think they're really good, and they do a good job. The only thing is, obviously without dupes, there's no real way to give them crit, which would help them a lot here, and I think is really the only place where they are somewhat let down by their system. They don't have built-in evasion or built-in crit or anything like that, so it is more notable, I should say, when you are doing events like this where units have a high damage reduction. It's not something you see a lot in Dokkan events, or even in SBR, where units are more raw defense orientated. We are going to see a pretty rare active skill here, which is cool. So we're going to see Master Roshi fire off a Kamehameha, which is pretty dope, pretty rad. So there we go, pretty cool. But yeah, overall they're really solid. For me, I think they are something that's really interesting to me. I think their kit's good in a lot of situations. I think it still works here, even though it's just got a little bit of that awkward timing to it. But I still think it is really good here. Like, it's not like they're bad. Just to reiterate that, they're not a bad unit in any way, shape or form. They are more than fine in this event. So yeah, really solid. Their team, decent as well. I mean, Battle of the Wits, as you can see, doing a decent job. Strong units. If you have 2 of them, they'd be running under a higher lead as well. Another cool thing, if you have 2 of them, if you exchange a Piccolo, you can still link it up with the first one. Although the first one's still going to lose that additional attack, but they'll still be pretty strong defensively. Although they won't have guard by the time you have Piccolo active. But here we go. We are going to use the active skill from Piccolo and Goku. So enjoy the active skill. We'll come back. There we go. So the reason why we activate the active skill essentially is because when you use the active skill, Piccolo doesn't lose a lot of defense after turn 5 comparatively to the Goku and Piccolo unit. He loses a little bit of raw defense, but remember they lose the guard ability, not like it matters here, but they do lose the guard ability, and instead you gain overall Piccolo, who heals you up a little bit, and also who has the ability to stack defense and just does more damage. We can see they're pretty strong, and he disables enemy's action. Obviously this guard unit's going to fire off about 100 actions, but more importantly Piccolo is able to disable the action, and yeah, everything runs pretty smoothly. So yeah, overall, like really impressive stuff. I think from like Piccolo and the gang, I think it was a really good job. The transformation itself took quite a bit of damage there, but that was without an item, So overall it was a pretty good showing, I think. 55% not item, not even really running under a proper like leader skill system or anything like that. So yeah, I think overall a really good run. And yeah, I was super duper happy with how like the whole team did. Obviously we just barely lose out, but I mean, if you have a dupe in Piccolo, or if you get lucky with a crit somewhere else along the lines, you're probably going to win that stage. So yeah, super duper dope. I'm super duper happy with how they did, and yeah, I think they're a really good unit. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and yeah, but otherwise leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.